Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Billy and Sally arrive at Society in costume for the launch, only to discover that none of their guests are there. Kane appears and sits at the bar. He thought they'd never arrive. Pouring drinks, Ashby explains that the party's been called off, hopefully, as well as the launch of Abbott Communications. Appalled, Sally asks what Kane has done. He explains that he canceled the party and the staff. They can hardly believe he expects them to sit down and chat. Ashby insists this is his way of looking out for them. He still considers Billy a brother and warns that Victor will soon have the power to destroy his company. He can take control of AC's finances. Billy asks how that's possible. Phyllis appears and declares that it's possible because Kane sold them all out. Sidling over to Kane, Phyllis asks, "Is it true?" Kane invites her to share her thoughts. She asks if he has AI software that can infiltrate a company's financial system. Kane smirks that Nick must have gone to her and warned her. Sally wants to know what the hell they're talking about, so Phyllis fills them in on the existence of Ashby's AI program. At the Abbott residence, Jack and Diane are all in a lather because the launch was suddenly canceled and they can't reach Billy. Diane and Jack speculate as to the reason for the surprising news, with Diane snarking that Jack should have been notified. They can't reach Sally either, so Jack will look for answers elsewhere. After Jack learns that Abby's staff found out it was canceled on social media, Diane wonders if Billy moved the event because Kane got to him. Jack argues that Billy wouldn't do that. Diane concedes the point, but not entirely. She wouldn't put anything past Billy or Kane. Jack notes she doesn't think much of his brother. Diane argues that this can't be totally surprising given how many times they've argued. At Crimson Lights, Kyle's stewing about breaking Claire's trust when Holden walks in. Seeing an outlet for his anger, Kyle confronts him about getting drunk with Claire and orders him to stay the hell away from her. Holden stays cool, but Kyle decidedly doesn't. He complains that his cousin Abby saw Holden and Claire together and warns Novak not to test him. Holden informs the Abbott that Claire can make her own decisions. Kyle accuses him of taking advantage of her vulnerability because he has a past with Audra. Holden counters that Kyle is the one who mistreated her. He was there for her when Cole died. He should be happy she had someone to rely on. Holden insists he's not undermining their relationship. He even told Audra to back down. Giving a warning himself, he advises Kyle not to come at him again, especially when he doesn't have a leg to stand on. Holden reveals that he's been Claire's confidant and Kyle fumes that he's overstepping. He's a player and needs to back the hell off. As he utters those words, Claire walks in right on cue. Claire learns that Kyle thinks Holden's a bad influence. Kyle shrugs. What do we really know about the guy? He doesn't trust him. Claire says, "I do," and informs him he doesn't get to choose who she spends time with. If he thinks he does have that right, she's not sure their relationship stands a chance. Holden doesn't want any trouble and vows to handle Audra. Kyle snips that he can handle her. Claire fumes that Kyle shouldn't go anywhere near Audra. Holden shuffles out, and Claire informs Kyle that she's lost her appetite. Did he pick a fight with Holden? Kyle says Abby told him she was drinking with him. Claire wonders if he's suggesting she shouldn't trust her own judgment when it comes to Holden. Kyle doesn't believe he wants to see them happy. He wants you, Claire. Back at the Abbott house, Jack complains that this launch cancellation reeks of Kane or Victor, but his wife still thinks it's Billy. Jack argues that his brother wouldn't want this mess. He simply can't believe that Kane convinced Billy to turn against him. If he wants him out, he'll have to tell him to his face. Kyle comes in and questions the launch cancellation. Diane explains they think Kane may have gotten to Billy. Jack's not really to think the worst of his brother yet. Nothing Kyle's downcast expression, they ask what's happened. Kyle pouts that it's become abundantly clear that he doesn't have a clue what he's doing in relationships. Kyle details his distrust of Claire's friend Holden. Claire overheard their confrontation and took Holden's side. She may think he's being controlling. Diane's sure that's sensitive for her. Kyle whines that this situation just keeps spinning out of control. They have a little rant about Audra trying to break Kyle and Claire up, and Kyle wonders if she succeeds.